Good morning, Denny. It is Monday, July 13th. Sometimes there's just a bisexual space alien who cuts out half his ex-lover's brain so that he can use that half of the brain to create a perfect sexual companion. Yes, Denny, I love Rocky Horror, but I'm very ambivalent about the Rocky Horror remake. I like that Rocky Horror, in a way, is being exposed to a new generation. But it's not doing it for me, and it's not doing it for a lot of people. So from the perspective of a guy who goes to Rocky Horror and theorizes about it way too much, and who really loves Rocky Horror, let's try and figure out what it is that's bothering me about the Rocky Horror remake. So here's the big secret about Rocky Horror that's very difficult for people like me to admit. The Rocky Horror Picture Show is, as Dr. Cox from Scrubs would say, a very, 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 very bad movie. It's terrible. The scripts are terrible, the dialogue is terrible, the songs, at least a majority of them, are terrible. There's a line in one of the songs, for example, "I've done a lot, God knows I've tried to find the truth, I've even lied, but down inside I know I'm bleeding." It's beautiful, I tell you. It's not a forced rhyme at all. Wink, sarcasm, wink, 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 wink. If you confront me and tell me that the Rocky Horror Picture Show is terrible, I will argue with you for days. But objectively, it totally is. It also has the longest theatrical release of any movie ever. So in some respect, this terrible movie is the best movie of all time. The success of this movie cannot be riding on the back that it's a good movie, because, there are two good things about this movie. One, some people like absurdity, and two, Tim Curry is freaking God. The reason the Rocky Horror Picture Show is such a big deal is not the movie itself, but the people who watch the movie. And Denny, this is a real big deal to me because what we're doing here has very little to do with us. It's a big deal because of the people who are in it with us. When Rocky Horror started going up on midnight screens, what happened is the wall between the audience and the movie crumbled under the atomic blast of user-generated content. People were bringing props to midnight showings and throwing them at the screen. They were taking lines and replacing them with better, funnier lines. And when I say better and funnier, I mean much, much, much more vulgar. Rocky Horror's cult rise to fame embodies a lot of things that we thought were caused by the internet. The desire to make content a two-way experience, the desire to create on top of something that someone else created. The desire was so strong that even decades before the internet existed, people were figuring out ways to do it, and Rocky Horror is, as far as I'm concerned, the best example of that. And now, especially on YouTube, that experience seems really normal and natural, so it's hard to see Rocky Horror for what it is, which is the seed of a freaking cultural revolution. So probably what bothers me the most about Fox remaking Rocky Horror is that the remake isn't going to be embodying what's actually cool about Rocky Horror. They'll take out all the absurdity, they'll take out all the cannibalistic transvestite space alien stuff, and more importantly, they'll take out the experience of Rocky Horror, which was an experience that was created by thousands, if not tens of hundreds of thousands of individuals watching Rocky Horror in different cities across the world, making it their own experience. And they'll just sing some songs and follow the same plot, and the songs and plot aren't bad, but they're not going to change your life either. And the cool thing about Rocky Horror is that it's culture. And I'm a part of that, and I need it. Because YouTube and Reddit and the internet doesn't feel it all. And yes, I am an avid Rocky Horror patron, and points go to the person who can correctly guess who I regularly dress up as. I'm looking forward to your guesses. Denny, I will see you after I fade to black. Whoosh. What I just did was a remake of a video by Hank Green back in 2010. But here's the thing. The remake slightly changed a lot of things. It was intended for a different audience than the original. That'd be you, Denny. And was shot, written, and edited completely different. And I feel like this is a good place to say Rocky Horror itself is based off Mary Shelley's Frankenstein. But it's an adaptation, not a remake, and that's a rabbit hole I don't want to go down. The point I'm trying to make about remakes is they can be good. I mean, look at Scarface, Ocean's 11, and The Thing. But oftentimes they turn up sour. 2001, Planet of the Apes, Psycho, and The Pink Panther. Most people think the Rocky Horror remake will be god-awful, but I'm a little more optimistic. Cautiously optimistic, but optimistic nonetheless. Anyways, Denny, I highly suggest seeing Rocky Horror Picture Show. I will see you tomorrow, and DFTBA.